Hey, Miss Christmas here, checking in with you to actually give you something to think about today. I am going to also encourage you and give you some motivation, but I also want to leave something on your mind. So I was thinking about the Chase commercial where it's like, I think it's Chase, or is it what's in your wallet? I think that's it. I might be wrong, and that's okay. It's no biggie. But it made me think about what's on your shelf, right? And you might be saying, Tashia, where are you going with this? What's on your shelf? So it's the holiday season, and we know that people are gathering with family members and friends when and where they can, right? And sometimes that includes getting gifts. Some gifts are real gifts, some gifts are gag gifts. Sometimes we get gifts that we can use, and sometimes we get gifts where we're really like, oh, I got this, thanks. And you take it because you don't want to be disrespectful or rude, because people don't have to give you anything, right? And you take that gift home and you put it on a shelf or you put it somewhere and you might forget about it until later on, right? But I want you to think about what gifts and talents and purposes do you have to offer yourself? Do you have to offer the world? Do you have to offer whoever, your family, your friends, right? What gifts and talents do you have sitting on the shelf? What do you have that you've put on the back burner where it's just kind of like just sitting there idle, it's collecting dust maybe even, or it's something that you have not used or tapped into in quite some time? What do you have on your shelf? Is it singing? Is it cooking? Is it dancing? Is it acting? Is it writing? Is it sketching? Is it talking to people? Is it listening to people? Is it offering a helping hand? Can you fix things? What is it that's unique that maybe you don't see as unique, but it's unique to others? It's unique to this world, right? And it makes an impact on people when you tap into it and use it and do something with it. What do you have on your shelf? What is collecting dust in your life? That's something that maybe it was your passion at one point and you kind of stopped. So I'll go first and just share, like I do some of everything all the time, from crafting to cooking, singing, dancing, all that, right? Because I just love doing stuff and I always have. And some crafting things, while I definitely enjoy very much, some things I have put on the shelf for a moment because I don't necessarily have the space. I won't say the time, but the space to get into it like I want to. And then some things I have kind of sitting on the shelf and I've kind of just took a pause on, because maybe it was too time consuming, or maybe I felt that others didn't receive it the way I was presenting it, or really seeing the talent that was going into it, right? So with that being the case, I encourage you today to think about what's on your shelf. What have you put up for another time, for later, as something that I'll get back to this when ... happens, or I'll get back to this when whatever. What's on your shelf? If you took that thing that's on the shelf off the shelf and actually began doing something with it, implementing it, or getting back to it, what kind of impact and difference would that make on your life? Definitely something to think about. Definitely something to take into consideration. But you know what? Above all things, I know once you think about it and you take it into consideration, you're going to have an aha moment. And you might even fall back in love with something that you used to do that you're not doing anymore. Okay? But either way, stay the course. You got this. If it's on the shelf collecting dust, take it off the shelf, get that dust off, and let's get going on utilizing what you have sitting on the shelf. Let's go be great today. You got this. Bye.